I was caught off guard in a good way by those pauses. And because a lot of you have asked nicely and rather enthusiastically, here's some more Terraria Calamity content. Treasures within the Abomination. Interesting. And for those of you in the comments section who want to tell everyone what this Abomination is, feel free. Okay, wow. Two things. Okay, wow. There is that signature DM DOKURO sound in the Terraria Calamity OST that I've been hearing more and more of. The soft start and with the electronic drum beat drop. And of course, with his favorite minor third, major third key changes that he keeps on doing in the previous songs. It sounds like an abrupt key change or an abrupt modulation, but he's been doing that left and right for most of the soundtrack, and it's become a signature of his that I've mostly come to expect it in all these songs. Oh, also, I forgot to say, the way he started and the way this song is structured most likely is using a minimal style, kind of similar to the musical style of Philip Glass, in which he chooses one musical motif, mostly textural, not usually melodic. In this case, he uses na 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 na, that arpeggio, that chord pattern, and then using that tiny musical cell of an idea, he replicates it in different levels or in different harmonies or keys. It's almost like an optical illusion. Yeah, this harmonic section right here is a callback somewhat to the main theme. I love the leitmotif and I love the harmonic callbacks to previous themes because it just further unifies the soundtrack and gives it this sense of artistic unity or creative unity. Okay, wow. I mentioned this in a previous video. I really love this approach of composition where you start almost mechanically. The way this song started, it started somewhat mechanically, very rhythmic. For me, personally, as a composer myself, I consider rhythm, the drums, the chord pattern, the rhythmic pattern of the chords and all that. The rhythm and the drums, they are like the muscle and the skeleton of a piece of music. It is the one that gives it this rigid structure. But then it slowly evolves to have more emotion, and the emotion of the music is represented by the chord progression. It is what it gives it its emotional impact, the heart, if you want to be more cheesy about it. And then the melody is like the final touches. Sometimes it's also the main thing. It's the entire body is the melody. Yeah, that arpeggio, da, 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 the way it repeats, kind of like in an outer space kind of vibe. When it comes to this section of the music, it sounds more cerebral, like more mathematical even. Yeah, even the melody sounds very mechanical, very rigidly rhythmic. Dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun. Very straightforward, rhythmic. Okay, and now it starts to become more emotional as the chords start to move. That is a more what you would call a ballad style of harmony, similar to the main theme, Tale of a Cruel World. Yeah, what started as something robotic suddenly developed emotions, and it's now feeling bittersweet or sad or what have you. And we're back to the cerebral side of the song. Amazing. I'm always on the lookout for cool video game music to listen to. Suggest some in the comments. Wasteland. Okay, wow. Those flanged harmonies are just total ear candy. For a song titled Wasteland, this has a very laid-back feel to it. Almost like beach music. Is the wasteland also the beach? I don't know. You tell me in the comments. I like how unpredictable the melody is. It almost has an improvised feel to it. To a certain extent, it probably is, because I personally know some EDM, electronic genre composers, who actually does improvise when they're producing their music. And I've seen one of their processes where they just loop a certain section, maybe an 8-bar part of their music while they're writing it, while they're composing it, and they just make up the melody as they go along and keep the ones that they like. So it's not something that is fully planned out. So they just make the thing on the spot as they go along, which is, you know, something that I absolutely love. All the violin solos that you hear me play along to these reaction videos are all improvisations. Even if it is mostly a synth guitar, it is still one of my favorite sounds. A strummed nylon guitar sound, or a strummed classical guitar sound. It's one of the richest sounding guitar sounds that I've ever heard. And when I write music that involves acoustic music, I almost always try to involve a classical guitar right off the bat. Simply because I'm very biased, but it is my favorite type of guitar. Aside from the heavy electric guitar sounds, of course. Yeah, beach sounds, water, wave sounds. I think there's a certain satirical approach to the concept of this wasteland, but the music itself sounds like a lush, chill, atmospheric beach music. Now that we listen to it for a second time, this second loop, there's a certain Hawaiian dance music to it. The reason why I'm finding this a little bit Hawaiian dance, Hawaiian hula dance sounding, is those flanged chords seem to be coming in from this vertical guitar that you play like that, called a lap steel guitar. I believe that's what it is. Maybe it's the real thing. Maybe it's synthesized sounds, but it definitely does sound like that. Okay, more images are coming in to my head. Those arpeggio ostinatos in the background. And then the almost psychedelic feeling of that lap steel guitar sound. It's almost like you're in a haze. You're being influenced by the fumes or the smell or the odor of this wasteland. This sounds so heavenly. I have a feeling that I'm good. Let it cook. Lots of effects layers happening right here. We got the flanger that makes it sound like this psychedelic sound. That's called a flanger. And then the melody is obviously using basic reverb and the delays, which gives it that echo sound. Those are some of the most common effects layered when you want to produce music that has a chill vibe, that has a relaxing vibe. I have a feeling I'm gonna enjoy improvising with a violin to this later on. This is called Sanctuary. Okay, wow. First off, total underwater vibes with the heavy reverb being used by the piano, a little bit of a muffled synth. That's actually a common trope used with electronic music that is meant to convey an underwater feel. To a certain extent, it does kind of emulate the sound of bubbles. But also, it does kind of sound like the sonar of a submarine. It's just perfect for that underwater vibe. Also, when the drop came in with those beats, oh my god, I was caught off guard in a good way by those pauses. DM DOKURO is a master of the vibe, master of that beat hook. Oh my god, the DM DOKURO cadence right there. Lots and lots of descending chords with almost no end in sight, and then a massive drop comes in. This has a bit of a Pikmin 1 feel to it, this section right here with the theme song. Or even a Zen Garden feel from Laura Shigehara's Zen Garden theme from Plants vs. Zombies. It is so satisfying when that drop comes in. Okay, and why is it satisfying? Because it starts off the music almost formless in a metaphorical way. You're just floating, vibing, and there's really no rhythm to hook you. But then a few seconds before the drop comes in, he gives you a little bit of prep time with that fade in. And with this style of music, you kind of already know that when that fade in cymbals come in, something massive is about to drop. And then he hooks you with this very satisfying beat. It's just, oh my god, it's just ear candy, definitely. Whether slow or fast, whether light or heavy, DM DOKURO is a master of the vibe. I don't know how else to describe it. And for more of my content, click here.